Hey, good morning. I'm Patricia Murphy. It's Monday. This is Seattle Now.
And that will do it. Seattle reigns above them all in the NFL. The Seahawks.
Fireworks and celebrations erupted around the city of Seattle after the Seahawks Super Bowl victory over the New England Patriots last night. Fans are elated. Seahawks fandom can be intense and personal. In a minute, I'll talk with Temple University's Daniel Funk, who researches why people attach themselves to teams and what they get out of it. But first, let's get you caught up. The Seahawks got their revenge and defeated the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60. The final score was 29-13. 17 of those points came from the Hawks kicker Jason Myers, which is a Super Bowl record for a kicker. Running back Kenneth Walker III was named Super Bowl MVP after rushing for 135 yards. The victory parade will be this Wednesday and will leave from 4th Avenue South and South Washington Street. Go Hawks! The Seattle City Council's Public Safety Committee will discuss the city's stance on federal immigration enforcement tomorrow and may vote to repeal a section of the city's municipal code that directs employees to cooperate with federal immigration laws. The ordinance would prohibit city employees, including police officers, from sharing anyone's personal information for use in immigration enforcement. Last month, Mayor Katie Wilson directed all city departments to review their privacy and data sharing policies. Speaking of Mayor Wilson, if you're a renter, she'd like you to get in touch by taking the Mayoral Renters Survey. The survey collects feedback from tenants about their experience with renting, utility billing systems, and junk fees. The survey is 23 questions long. You have from now through Friday to fill it out. Check back for more headlines on tonight's episode of Seattle Now.
I had 100% confidence. We got the best team. 12 is one, mob ties. We got the best fans in the world, 12s. Look how many 12s are in this stadium right now. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
The Hawks are Super Bowl champs, and Seattle fans are basking in the post-win glow as they head back to work and school. After a dominant win, the Seahawks will be returning to a city in full celebration mode. Sports brings out an internal fire in people, whether it's the rivalry, pride in your city, or the drama of the game. There are strong feelings tied to competition. Daniel Funk is a professor in Temple University's School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. He's here to break down why and how fans connect to teams. Daniel, good to see you. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh, well, thank you for having me on the show. It's a real honor.
Daniel, it's Monday. What a game. Seattle's fans are elated. What are they doing today?
Well, they're probably in the streets celebrating. They're going to buy a lot of merchandise. Anything that has a Seattle Seahawks fan, any kind of logo, they're going to snap that up. They're going to be promoting their association to the Seahawks. That 80% of casual observers is going to switch, and we're going to have about 50% of hardcore fanatics for a week.
Now, this was a huge game for Seahawks fans, many of whom are fiercely loyal. So let's talk a little bit about where all this starts. What is the anatomy of fandom?
So I think we look at this notion of reasons why and how, and we come up with this acronym. It's called SPEED, S-P-E-E-D. S stands for socialization. So I go to games, I watch TV, I go online, I read because I want to socialize with friends, family, colleagues. And then there's performance. These are the best athletes. They're the best, and right now they're playing in the top game of the season. So there's the spiral of a football, a long field goal, a pass. This is all great of the artistry of performance. Entertainment, this is it. This is the spectacle. We think about from the pregame to halftime, people are going to be watching the excitement, the chants, the roars, but also we get advertisements that we can watch during the game. And we get some gambling. It'll be great. So there's a whole entertainment. Now the other E is esteem. It's a bit more psychological, but it's about your self-esteem. So when your team wins, your self-esteem bucket gets filled up. You feel better about yourself. You can associate with a winner. The Seahawks win. I'm a winner. Let's go. The last one, D, is diversion. It's huge. It's escaping from reality, escaping from work, escaping from politics, escaping from anything that you don't want to think about. So sport is a diversion. So we use the SPEED as an acronym.
Excellent. Really appreciate that. You know, there is also a lot of pride that goes into being a fan and an attachment to the city. What do teams do to attract fans and widen their base? How are they thinking about their fans?
I would say that there are like a continuum of fans. There's the casual spectator observer on one end, and then there's the hardcore fanatic on the other. Now, the majority of people in Seattle, let's say, are going to be the casual observers. About 80% will be followers. Yes, they like the team, but there's no emotional connection. Now, the 20%, those are the hardcore fanatics. And so I think a sport franchise, in this case Seattle, they always have to replenish the casual observers. You've got to keep getting new people to start watching you, reading about you, following you. And then over time, through various tactics and marketing and providing great experiences, you can kind of move people to the fanatic side.
And in that way, it's really interesting because the Seahawks have the 12th man, which is the fan, really. And they incorporate those fans into part of the team, which feels very Pacific Northwesty, but also brilliant marketing strategy to keep fans loyal, to keep fans feeling like we are like each other here.
That's important when we think about how you identify yourself. Like you have characteristics. Well, in sports, we have this thing called team identity. So I identify with the Seattle Seahawks. That's my in-group. I don't identify as a Patriots fan. So I identify not only just with the team, but I also identify with other members that support the team. And that becomes very important because the team is great, but it's the other fans. It's trusting the other fans. It's having this notion that you have my back, we have common interests, I value this. And so what we see there is that identity is very important because you want to publicize your identity. Imagine you're going to the grocery store and you see someone wearing a Seahawks sweatshirt, a Seahawks hat. What's this person signaling to you? They're signaling that, hey, I'm a member of this club, this in-group. I'm a Seahawks.
Yeah, Blue Friday, man.
Yeah, I'm not an out-group member. I'm not a Patriots fan. This is my tribe. This is my club.
Yeah, really interesting. Of course, like you said, somebody has to win and lose every Sunday, which can lift people up or be absolutely devastating. Just ask any Mariners fan. I don't think there's anything sadder than a light rail ride home after a game loss, Daniel. So from your research, how do fans deal with these ups and downs?
So we have a couple of terms. One is basking in reflected glory. So when the Seattle Seahawks win, I win. Right? It increases my self-esteem. I get to promote myself. I'm a winner. They're winners. Everything's good. So I say, we won. So it's basking in the reflected glory of the team. Now, if they lose, we have to have a way of cutting off the reflected failure. And that is corfing. Therefore, I need to cut off a negative. So in that case, I will use various techniques. I will blame others. I will blast. I'll blast the officials. They robbed us. I'll blast opposing players. They're dirty. They're cheaters. I will blast the Patriot fans for yelling and disturbing the game. It doesn't really matter. You got to cope, and you have ways of coping because your identity, if you're part of that 20, 30% that are really hardcore fanatic, you can't separate your identity from the team. Now, the casual observers, we're going to be okay.
Tense time in the U.S., Daniel. What role does the Super Bowl serve at a time like this?
I think the Super Bowl really hits into one of the acronyms of diversion. And I don't mean that a diversion as I'm not going to worry about it or think about it, but sometimes you need a respite. Sometimes you need a break, to recalibrate, to rejuvenate. And so in a way, I think sport provides this temporary break. And it's something that you can talk about without the issues that go along with what kind of political party, what kind of elements that you follow, what are your value statements in life. So sport is sport. There's a commonality, and there's less, I guess, chance to make someone else angry unless you're a Patriots fan.
You're considering your audience here, Daniel. That was Daniel Funk, professor in Temple University's School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you listening to Seattle Now, and thanks to our generous donors for your financial support. Today's episode was produced by Jenny Cecil Moore. It was edited by Caroline Chamberlain Gomez. Our production team also includes Andy Hurst, Vaughn Jones, Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers, and Paige Browning. Greg Kramer does our theme music. Seattle Now and KUOW Public Radio are members of the NPR network. I'm Patricia Murphy. We're back tonight with evening headlines.